Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Spirit Speaker KC podcast. I am psychic medium Jamie Collins, and this evening I have a guest, Nicole Pearson. I met Nicole, this is probably a month, I can't even remember to be honest, a couple of months ago. I was working a metaphysical fair in Schaumburg, Illinois,
Yeah.
and sat across from Nicole and thought, it'd be fun to have her on. We don't always see, maybe, I don't know your experience, Nicole, we don't always see people of color at expos. So
Mhm.
I thought I would bring her on. So I'm excited to kind of get to know her a little bit, her background. And thank you, Nicole, for being here.
Thank you so much, Jamie, for having me. Yes.
All right. Well, I always like to just jump right in. One of my favorite things I like to ask is kind of tell everyone, the listeners, a little bit about your background. When maybe the metaphysical, the spiritual came about. What was your childhood like? You're a psychic medium? You do Akashic record readings? You're a healer, you do tarot and oracle cards. So, kind of tell us a little bit about little Nicole, young Nicole.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So I grew up in a very spiritual household. Both my mother and father were spiritual. I definitely feel like my dad was like an empath.
ah,
I didn't know that until after he passed. I kind of started putting all the pieces together. But my mother, she was a healer. She
wow.
read tarot as well. She practiced herbalism. So she introduced me to all of those things. I saw all of those things in the house. We never got a chance to practice them together.
Mm.
But I was introduced, or those seeds were planted. And to go even further back, she was actually carrying me while she was studying all of these things.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I
That's,
mean, go ahead.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so no, very early on, I was introduced to uh, metaphysics, herbalism, healing, all the things. I just didn't know that it would become such a big part of my life.
So did you not, was it later in life you followed it? So you kind of grew up with this. Did you step away from it for a little while and then it come back, or were you always involved in it in some way, shape, or form?
So when I was a little girl, like I said, I just saw things. I was
Oh,
always drawn to spirituality and mysticism and things like that. I would say about 2009, I was introduced to Reiki. And so I became a certified Reiki level 2 healer. And I did that for a little bit. And then I kind of got like scared because I felt like I was picking up people's energy and I didn't
ah,
know what to do with that. And so that kind of frightened me a bit. Um, and so I'm an empath. I learned about all of this, and we'll get there, but
yeah.
I didn't know at the time that I was like this highly sensitive person. So I was
Oh,
practicing Reiki for a bit, and then I kind of got off the path. I had a son, and so I was in mommy mode for many years,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then um I feel like I was called again. So I feel like spirit calls us,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
And we
yeah.
have the free will or the choice to answer the call. And so my mother actually got sick with cancer, and um, I think that was 2015. And then they were able to remove it and it went into remission, but it came back in 2018. And so she had a long battle with lung cancer from like 2018 to 2020 when she passed at the end of 2020. And so then that was a catalyst for my spiritual awakening. All the grief, the
Mm,
suffering, the pain, just everything that
right.
we went through. And so I lost her at the end of December, and then yeah, so then I feel like so then I hired a Reiki practitioner to heal me because I knew I needed help. I knew I needed healing. And so I
Right.
hired hmm
No, I didn't say
oh
anything. Yeah.
yeah, so then I feel like that reignited my spiritual journey, my healing journey. So I feel like it was my mother's passing because I'm like, I don't know what to do now. You're never really prepared, no matter how much you're anticipating. You know it's going to happen, but you're just really never prepared.
Yeah, yeah, that, and I think that's interesting because I've heard lots of stories over the years about there will be an event or sometimes a tragic event, but there's this catalyst that kind of puts us on that path. And even though you grew up around it with mom and dad
Mm-hmm.
and stepped away, as you said, mommy mode, but I many of people I've heard have had an event that kind of triggers that. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't think that's that uncommon, that you got on that path.
I,
Um,
exactly.
Go
I mean,
ahead.
I feel like I was always this was my destiny. I right that I thought knew what I was doing and I was
Right.
choosing to do this and that, but spirituality and healing and everything that I'm doing now, it was always my destiny. I just,
Yeah.
and I think that's for all of us, right? But we get detoured.
Right. Yeah.
And
No, I totally agree. I've always told the story, anyone if there's no way 30 years ago that I thought that I'd be working as a medium. So,
yeah,
I totally get it. After so you found out your mom's passing
yeah.
and you got that healing from Reiki. What made you decide to pursue it? What made you want to dig a little deeper into that?
Well, I surrendered. I surrendered. I remember saying, God, save me from myself, because I'm
Yeah,
over here chasing my tail with all of these things, this career, this relationship, this, that, and the
yeah.
other. And I just asked Spirit to intervene on my behalf. I said,
Wow.
come get me
Yeah,
and
yeah.
order my footsteps. I'm ready. I'm ready to do it your way, not my way.
Right, right. And what did that look like? So what happened? What did you decide to do? I love that surrendering because I talk about it a lot, whether it's in career or personal life or anything, about really what did that look like for you?
So basically, I mean, once my mom passed, and then actually 19 months later, my father passed. So that whole ordeal,
Wow.
yeah, it rocked
Yeah.
my world, right? It rocked my
Yeah.
entire world. The two people that brought me into the world that knew me the most were no longer here. So I had to rebuild my life. I had to figure out who was Nicole without her parents, or that's been telling me what to do or guiding me all
Right.
along. And
Yeah.
so that's when I caught called on spirit, and I started relying on my spirit team for guidance, for help, for love. And so what that looked like for me, I feel, and I talk about this on my platform all the time. I feel as though spirit had me in hermit mode for about 4 years. I just
Okay.
started getting out and speaking and socializing, but I was in hermit mode for about 4 years.
Okay.
So a
Okay.
lot of stillness so that I could hear the voice of spirit, so I could hear the voice of God and know the difference. My nervous system was shot after, going
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
the illness with my parents, and so I just spent a lot of alone time.
Yeah.
And a lot of stillness and just peace. I just needed peace. I just needed to get to peace and quiet. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's what it looked like for me. So, a lot of stillness, a lot of simplicity. I really, um, you know, I don't, you may or may not know, but with Reiki, it will remove people, places, and things that are not in alignment. And I
Yeah.
feel like that was a part of it, my guides as well. And so a lot of people were removed from my life. Um,
Yeah. Wow. Oh, wow. Were you studying? Were you, I know you talked about, you do tarot and your Reiki and psychic medium, Akashic records during this stillness. That had to be fascinating. I can only imagine, they always say nothing happens to us, it happens for us.
yes.
And I know I can't even imagine losing both parents at the same time. But was that a time that time of stillness and quiet? Were you practicing your craft, developing, seeing getting any insights from your team of spirit helpers?
Oh, yes, 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 yes. So like I said, so basically, start of 2021, that's when the awakening started, and I I went ahead and I got retrained in Reiki. I went all the way through to the master level. I
Okay.
also got my reflexology
Wow.
certification. I got my sound healing certification. I got my tarot certification. So between 2021 and I guess 2022 were years of learning, were years of
Oh,
training. And
right.
so yeah, I feel spirit had me what I like to call like a little boot camp, and it was accelerated.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
So
love
even
that.
though it felt slow and I was in all of this stillness, I was busy behind the scenes working, learning, getting downloads, and having all of these dreams and experiences. And I'm just like, whoa.
Wow, wow. Did you ever feel guided by your folks? Did you ever sense them, feel them? Or sometimes I know it's hard when those that are close to us to really, is it them? Is it in our
Mm,
mind?
right.
But since they were quite spiritual, as you say, growing up, did
Yeah.
you ever sense, feel them around helping you, guide you?
I definitely feel like my dad was super quiet, super private, super quiet. So he was definitely a behind the scenes. So I didn't really feel so much of my father's energy. But
Okay.
I always knew they were busy in my energy or orbit if I had dreams about them. And
Mm.
so, but I could feel my mom's presence sometimes a little bit. But primarily, I just felt my guides, my spirit team. I work with the Holy Spirit a lot. So I felt those energies and spirits guiding me and helping me.
Ah, okay. So
Yeah.
what is it that you primarily do with your clients? If is it kind of a mix? Is it Akashic records? Is it psychic medium? What is it that you primarily do with clients?
So it's funny because, I started the business in 2023. I'm so sorry, my cats are fighting. They fight every time I go live. Um, I started the business in 2023, and it's so amazing at I've changed so much in the last 2 years. I've refined my offerings,
Mm.
and so even though I got all of those trainings and certifications, I'm currently offering community sound bath meditations like at a local metaphysical store in my area.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mhm. And then I do more virtual sessions for readings. And so I term it as spiritual guidance because it encompasses all of those modalities, right? The Akashic records, the mediumship, the channeling, the tarot, the oracle. So I just house it under spiritual guidance because I never know what's going to happen from one session to the next, right? I'm just the channel, the medium, the vessel. And so spirit shows up. And so spirit communicates in all of those different, mediums or tools. So
Ah,
I'm currently authoring spiritual guidance readings, soul alignment coaching, and soul blueprint readings, which is more on the astrology side of things.
ah, okay.
Yeah, so my offerings are primarily readings and guidance.
I'm curious, what is soul alignment? If our listeners haven't heard that before, what is that? What is soul alignment? What are
So,
you doing with
mhm.
that?
So for the soul alignment coaching, it's really more so to get you into alignment, right? I feel like the better part of our life, we are, I like to just say, roaming aimlessly, trying this job, all these things, right? To see,
Uh-huh.
you know, is this my purpose, right? What is my purpose? Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to be learning? And so the soul alignment and even the spiritual guidance, all of my services are centered around alignment because that's the goal for all of us
Okay.
to
Okay.
be in divine alignment with what we came
Oh,
here to do.
okay. And are you aware of your spirit team or your spirit helpers? Are when you're in a session, are they assisting you? Are you sensing them? How do you work with them in a session?
So I am claircognizant, I'm clairaudient, I'm clairsentient, I'm clairvoyant, I'm all the clairs, but my strongest is claircognizant and clairaudient. So I hear them a lot. So,
Oh,
so they're working with me, giving me insights again for on behalf of the client and but mainly I work with the Holy Spirit. I channel the Holy Spirit and work with the Holy Spirit's energy on behalf of that particular client. So yes, my team is always with me guiding and just keeping my heart pure, right, so that I
yeah.
could be a clear channel and vessel for who I'm reading for.
Yeah. Are you seeing a theme with clients? Like, are people with, is it careers or relationship or people who are having spiritual awakenings? Are you noticing a theme?
I would say the theme I've seen a lot of fear. People have a lot of
Mm,
fear, the clients that I've
mm,
seen.
wow.
Just like the uncertainty, and also, yes, spiritual awakenings, soul awakenings, because they know there's something next. They know there's something there. They just can't name it, you know.
Ah,
And they're ready for more. Their souls are ready to elevate and evolve.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I,
Wow.
I
Wow.
thought when I started this, I was going to have all of these relationship readings and,
Uh
and I don't know that I've had one. So a lot of
huh.
a lot of spiritual growth, spiritual development, the clients
Oh,
that
yeah.
find me.
Yeah,
Hmm
yeah, I would definitely agree. It seems like a lot of people are discovering or as we say, opening up, that awakening, whatever word you want to use for it. It does seem like the consciousness is opening up, around
Yeah,
spirituality. People are looking for something outside of those five senses,
right. Hmm.
and a lot of spiritual um, work or awakenings. I definitely have been seeing that.
Yes, definitely. And I get a lot of clients just looking to heal their mind, body, and spirit, because they've been in masculine energy for a long time. So their nervous systems are overworked, you know.
Mm,
And
mm.
so people are trying to regulate themselves emotionally, physically. So I see,
Wow.
yeah, so I see a lot of that.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Now, I know one of the things you also do that I noticed at the expo, at the fair that we worked. You do tarot cards or oracle cards. How did you get started in that? Or is that
So
one of your tools in the toolbox you always had?
yeah, it's one of my tools. But again, back to my mother, she practiced tarot. She didn't read professionally, but I saw tarot decks around the house. She had books, she had astrology books, all these things.
Wow.
But I didn't touch tarot until like my 20s when I started dating. And I'm
Okay.
like, I need some guidance. What's going on here?
So your mom never sat down with you and said, "Hey, Nicole, here's how you," or you say, "Hey, mom, show me how to use these cards." You never did that?
No, because by the time I got of age, she didn't use them as much. It was
Ah,
early, like in my, my youth, when I was younger, that she was practicing. So by the time I got of age, she wasn't, I don't know. I feel like her life had stabilized by the time she met my father. She had us, and as we grew up,
ah,
no need for her to, seek so much insight or guidance.
gotcha, gotcha. Okay, okay. I
Yeah.
figured I'd see little Nicole like, "Mom, what's this card mean?" Or
I
pulling the
know.
decks out, and yeah. Now,
I would have loved that. Oh my gosh. I would have. I have her decks with me on, they're honorary. I don't use them.
oh
But
really?
yeah, so I have them, and it's just so fascinating, when our loved ones pass away, we get glimpses of who they were.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. That's
yeah,
true.
and I talked to my younger brother, and he said his daughter, my niece, had gotten into some old things and found some of my mother's cards. I was like, "Oh, I want them. There's more. I would love them."
So do you show your son cards? Is he interested in any of the stuff that you're doing?
So he is, at first, I think he thought it was like fake or, fooey woo
Ah,
woo stuff. And he was like, I don't know about that. But I think that he's he's taking it more serious now. He sees mom doing it all of the time. He sees mom has clients, and
ah,
I'm doing all of these things. So he definitely has always seen me as an entrepreneur, as a businesswoman,
uh-huh.
and I know he loves that and respects that. Um, so yeah, I mean, he's an Aries with a, I think, Pisces moon. So, and he's a life path 9 like me. So he'll get to it. He
Oh
doesn't know it
yeah,
yet.
oh yeah. Definitely, definitely. Oh, that's so cool. That's cool. And you started, I know you just started or started. You want to tell us about your tarot? Is it a class you're having?
It's a course. It's a
A cour-
course.
Okay. Tell
Yeah.
us about
So
that.
okay, so I've been working on it all 2025. It's called Unlock Your Intuition, Tarot for Self-Discovery and Spiritual Growth. And I created it because of my own experience. So it was birthed from my own healing and spiritual journey of what I went through and the role that tarot played a part, because all of the things played a part. The sound healing played a part, the Reiki played a part, the tarot played a part. And so the tarot is just my favorite because I use tarot as a communication system, a bridge of communication
Oh,
between me and spirit.
okay.
And so tarot is just my favorite thing to do. And so, yeah, so I created the course and it's a 4 week course. It's more of an intensive because it's 8 classes and we meet twice a week for 4 weeks. And
Okay.
so the course is designed to help others unlock their intuition because we all are intuitive, as you know.
Yeah, yeah,
But oftentimes we will get second guess ourselves. Oftentimes we lead with logic, you know,
yeah.
and that kind of blocks our third eye, right? When we're just always,
Right,
yeah. So the course is designed to help you read intuitively using your intuition. It's also help is designed to help you understand yourself on a deeper level because that's what happened when I was going through my spiritual awakening and I was in hermit energy. Using tarot helped me understand what I was going through. It was like a mirror. It was mirroring what I was going through all throughout my journey.
oh
Like,
wow.
and so I was fascinated by it. And, tarot taps into your subconscious. So we can show one thing on the surface all day, but tarot is able to tap into the truth, to the subconscious, right? Our subconscious is what drives all of us. Our subconscious, I believe they say, is maybe 80 or 90%,
Mm-hmm.
right? All of our
Right, right,
memories, all of our childhood, all of our fears, like everything is housed in the subconscious and it's what drives us consciously. And so, yeah, so that's why I named the course Self Discovery because it helped me to self discover myself
ah,
and it helped me grow spiritually. And so I want to share that with others and help them walk through that step, especially if they're healing, they're looking to just understand themselves on a deeper level, right? It helped me heal toxic patterns, things that I kept repeating. It helped me to
right.
understand other people, you know.
Right, right.
hmm
Now, is this class in person or is this something that you're offering virtually?
It's virtual because I wanted to be able to open it up and people, attend all over the world. So it is virtual. It'll be via Zoom. And
Okay.
so the first cohort starts January 2026. So January 19th, 2026 is the first class. And so I'm very excited about it.
Yeah.
Spirit, we've been working on it for, like I say, the entire year.
Do you have to know anything about tarot cards? I mean, or is that part of it? You're going to be teaching about the major and minor, or do you need to have a little bit of background in it?
No, no, you don't need to have a background, just an open heart, a willingness to learn, curiosity, and yeah, so no, you don't need to have a background in tarot. So week one, we're gonna cover the major arcana from the Fool
Mm.
to the World. Week two, we're gonna cover the minor arcana, cups, wands, swords, and pentacles. Week three will be dedicated to a variety of different spreads, tarot spreads. And then week
Uh,
four, we're going to practice, practice, practice with myself, other students. So I'm very personable, very hands on. And yeah, I feel it's going to be a good time.
how much I know do you do? I know you say under your spiritual guidance that you kind of put everything under that. I kind of like that because I agree. You never know what may come up, what you intuitively, what spirit may come up with.
Mhm.
Do you do many Akashic record readings? Do you
I'm sorry, Jamie, you froze. I can't hear you.
Okay. Are you able to hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I was just saying, do you do much mediumship or your Akashic records? Even though I know you say it kind of all is under that umbrella of spiritual guidance.
Sure. So, I mean, initially when I started, I was, like I say, singling out Akashic record reading specifically or mediumship specifically. But then it wasn't working out that way because I would get in the session and, like, for example, a mediumship session, sometimes that particular loved one doesn't come through for the
Uh-huh.
client.
Uh-huh.
Um, People will come through, but I started running into clients that only wanted to hear from certain people. And Spirit's like, no, it doesn't work that way. And so I had to learn that, because I am a new medium.
Right,
And
right,
so there's just been some learning curves, even for myself, over these last 2 years.
right. Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so that's how I arrived at this umbrella of spiritual guidance,
Ah,
and depending on what your soul needs, what spirit is saying you need, that's what's going to come through, and I'm going to deliver that.
right, right. I agree. I get clients all the time. They'll come in with a sheet of paper and have names written on that list of people that they want to hear from, and I'm like, yeah, I wish it worked that way, but it doesn't work that way. I
Right,
always say, spirit gives us what we need, not what we want.
right.
And
Mm-hmm.
so I've always kind of remembered that for myself and for clients. I say, always remember, spirit's going to give you what you need, not what you want. So,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. And I feel like when clients, do that, it kind of blocks the connection, at least for me,
Hmm.
when they're kind of fixated on just one
Oh,
thing or
yeah.
one person. So it kind of
Oh, yeah.
blocks the energy where I can't pick it up or channel.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a big believer that it takes all three of us. I tell clients that it takes me, it takes you, and it takes spirit. And
Yes.
if any of those are off or not, if they're full openness of
Mm.
and usually it can be clients because, like you said, well, any of us in a reading, of course, we all want to hear specific one, two, or three people. I mean, I get that, but
Yeah.
again, I just usually when I tell a client, spirit's going to give you what you need at that time,
Hmm.
not what you want. Most of the time, spirit clients understand that. They
Yeah.
understand. Yeah. So, yeah, you just have to
Definitely.
let them know. You have to let them know whatever happens, happens. I don't control what happens.
Exactly. Just show up with an open heart and spirit will do the rest.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So for your clients in your area, are you going to offer your tarot class in person, or so you're just going to do it virtually? I
Yeah.
was just wondering if people in your area, how do they find you? Or people, hey, who knows, in Kansas City, people that want to reach out, how do they get a hold of you?
Yes, so the best place is my website, which is www.theheartofagoddess.com. Everything is there. I'm on all the platforms under at Nicole, the Heart of a Goddess. But my
Okay.
website has everything. It has the course information for those that may be interested in learning more or
Uh-huh.
enrolling. And so, yeah, I just didn't want to limit it by just, doing it in person. And so, that could change in the future, but Spirit
Yeah.
said, let's do it virtually.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's roll with
Yeah.
it.
What made you decide to want to start to do fairs? What was your motivation behind that?
Again, I always say spirit, spirit,
Yeah,
spirit, but
yeah,
I just
yeah,
wanted to get out and meet people because again, I
yeah.
was in hermit for 4 years, so I'm like, spirit, let me out. I'm ready to I'm ready. I'm
Yeah,
ready
yeah,
to connect and
yeah,
and meet people and help people. I'm ready. So they're
yeah.
like, all right, let her on out there. That's how
Now,
they
now you got it. Now you got to get out there and start doing it more. What are some of your thoughts? Why do you think we don't see more minorities, black men, women, Hispanic, any minorities? What do you think in the African American? I'll speak talk about that in our culture. Why do you think we don't see more psychic mediums, healers?
Mhm.
I don't know if you've been given it any thought, if
Yeah.
it's something you've noticed. Chicago's a lot different than Kansas City. So I was just wondering, do you have any thoughts about that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I feel, and I could speak from my own experience. I was afraid. I was afraid of being seen. I was afraid of being judged.
Mm,
So I feel as though maybe many African American healers and mediums and psychics and things, they're afraid of just being judged by their community, their peers, their family, right? Because a lot of what we do, our families that we're born into, they don't understand it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
A
I
lot
think
of people have a
religion.
closed mind. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. And the religion, I think, that really
Hmm.
strong religious background in some of that upbringing, it's
Yeah.
devil's work or yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like exactly. And so I remember a lady came into the store and she was a Christian woman and she kind of, had reservations. And I remember telling her, I said, you know, us as psychics, mediums, healers, I mean, we're the modern day women of the Bible, you
No.
know. We're in modern form, but who do you think we get the information or the gifts from? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and
That's
mhm.
how did she receive that?
She was an African American woman, and she received it well, and she attended my sound bath, and so she was opening her mind. I'm finding a lot of people are opening their minds because from my perspective, I feel as though, or I'm seeing what they've been doing is no longer working. So they're willing to try something new,
Ah, okay. And I
you
think
know.
that's interesting. You were telling me about a sound bath or a moon ritual that you were having, or a sound bath with the full moon, right?
Oh, yes, yes. So at the metaphysical store, I do a sound bath on the new and full moons.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So
What's that
working
look like? What do you do?
So I play crystal singing bowls. I have a lot of different chimes, drums, all kinds
Oh.
of instruments, rain sticks, and it's really, working with the energy of the moon. Working with that lunar energy is so powerful, right? On the new moon, we're
Yeah.
attracting.
Yeah.
On the full moon, we're releasing. So I operate the majority of my life around the moon cycles, right? Because
Oh,
I'm a wise woman, I'm a medicine woman, and so I work with the moon cycles um, for my business, really, for
oh,
my personal and professional life. Yeah, because
oh
when the
wow.
yeah, the moon is either waning, waxing, and so when it's waning, right, we kind of tend to feel a little tired, right, because the energy of the moon is descending. When it's waxing, that's,
Mm.
we feel more energized, and it's a great time to launch projects. So it's a whole thing.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. I've heard those terms, and people do that with the moon. And sometimes, like you said, I used to be kind of skeptical about that stuff, but then as I started paying attention, I did notice different things of how I felt. So that's pretty cool with the sound baths. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so a lot of the women have had different experiences. I feel like sound is intuitive, just like spirit. It knows what to do. As long as you're open and receptive, it knows what to do. And so a lot of the women have had releases, a lot of releases, things that they've been holding on for years, decades, even some have shared, are releasing. And so I'm just honored to be able to hold space. Like you said, 30 years ago, you didn't think you would be where you are right in this moment. And so
Right,
for
right.
me, I had, I knew I wanted to be a teacher. I remember saying I want to be a teacher, but I thought it was going to be a school teacher. Instead, I'm
Uh,
teaching tarot. um, and so, yeah, I'm just honored to hold space for other people and just help them on this journey because this journey is long and hard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It can be. Well, I want to close with what do you think? What do you think has been your biggest lesson from spirit? What would you like our listeners to know about spirit, about working with spirit? What's kind of some closing remarks you would have for people who are just discovering even their spiritual abilities or working with spirit? What would you like to leave them with?
I would say, again, going back to surrender, the first
Yeah,
step for me, I think, is surrendering your will, right? Your just being open, be more open minded to the possibilities. Um, what else would I say? Just being curious, right? Researching. We live in a world of technology. There's so much out there. Just get out and start trying different things because everything doesn't work for everybody,
yeah,
and so if there's something you want to try, just do that, right? Without the fear of judgment. Again, I think a lot of people fear they're going to be judged, or that religious component, like this is
yeah,
wrong, this is bad. you
yeah.
know I've heard even people saying that people in religious backgrounds say yoga is bad, so it's like it's just moving the body. you know and
Yeah,
so my spiritual journey has helped me unlearn everything that I was taught, even by my parents. Their way necessarily wasn't the right way or my way. They just did it, the best they could.
right, right.
And so um just live, just be happy. I mean, the happier we are, the more we attract happiness and healing into our lives. So just being in a state of gratitude, and my company, the Heart of a Goddess, right? Heal your heart. For anyone out there that is going through something, I feel as though when you heal your heart chakra, everything else will start to unfold in a beautiful way for you. Every part of your life will start to heal. So heal your heart.
Yeah, yeah. Beautifully said. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Spirit is really, I've always said, a great teacher. If we'll just kind of tune in and pay attention, I believe we never walk alone. We
No.
may not see them with our physical human eyes, but we're never walking alone. They're always with us. It's really just more about us surrendering and kind of paying attention to the subtleties and sometimes not so subtleties of spirit. So I
Yeah.
thank you. I good luck with your tarot course and
Thank
all
you.
your sound bathing, and I'm sure we will cross paths again at expos next year. And
Yes.
thank you for joining the Spirit Speaker Casey podcast. people reach out to Nicole at theheartofthegoddess.com, and even check out that tarot class coming up in January. And don't forget to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, and I will see you next time.
All right. Thank you so much, Jamie.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming on. I uh, will let you know when we post.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.